We spent a few slow days in San Salvador. We are exploring the historic center,
the civic square of San Salvador.
Los salvadoreños son muy amables.
Hola, Namaste.
This is Pubali.
This is Sindranil and we are Paradise Catchers.
We are an Indian couple living in Costa Rica, and we bring to you stories about traveling and digital nomad life in Latin America. We spent a few slow days in San Salvador. If you have, say, a couple of days, on the first day, go to explore the Centro Histórico, or the historic center of this capital city, San Salvador. And on the second day, some nature. Go to Boqueron National Park for an amazing volcano. San Salvador does not always get a very good reputation when it comes to safety. But the country is working on changing that reputation so that it is a better place to live and travel for its residents and visitors. And we can see those changes. On the first day, we took a public bus from our guest house to travel to the Historic Center. To the historic center of San Salvador. And then we explored on foot different iconic buildings and beautiful churches and other architecture. So we are exploring the historic center of San Salvador, the capital city of El Salvador today. This is the church behind us with a beautiful dome above. And here's the National Theatre. And this is the main square where a lot of people have gathered around and they're spending the afternoon.
And they are spending the afternoon just lazing around. We are at the Plaza Morazan.
We walked from one plaza to another in the 16th century historic center of San Salvador.
If you have to spend an afternoon in the central if you have to spend an afternoon in the Centro Histórico and San Salvador, this is the place. The civic square of San Salvador. It's a huge plaza with a church on one side, the cathedral, and the National Palace behind. There are a lot of people just moving around or playing, the kids playing around.
India.
See, when I was taking some shots at the plaza, this kid walked up to me and asked if I want to play with him with the ball. So I played for some time.
And then he started a conversation about his country and my country, his president and my president.
Yo quiero visitar.
¿Cómo te llamo?
And
It was a fun little unplanned interaction just in the middle of the square. El Rosario Church is one of the most beautiful churches that we have seen. The artist who built Ruben Martinez, which was completed in 1971, he made it with the use of light and different colors. And the religious art inside the church is also amazing.
Now we are in the Parque Nacional El Boqueron. We will go to the crater to
The San Salvador Volcano.
There are stairs, but it's not too difficult. It's not steep. There are lots of stairs that we are climbing, but not too bad.
It's not difficult. It's not difficult, and the weather is nice. The temperature is not too high. Volcano crater. Second volcano crater.
That's the crater. That's a small crater inside it. It's now extinct. The San Salvador volcano doesn't have a crater lake as such, but still it's beautiful. The unique small crater
Inside a large crater.
is really unique. I think the surrounding crater is pretty wide, and so the small crater looks interesting. Also, you cannot go down from the viewpoint to the small crater. Although there are some ways, like if you can take the challenge and have a good guide, then you can go down. But otherwise, there is no trail to the crater. There are 4 viewpoints, and we are on the last viewpoint. But all the viewpoints are beautiful and give you different perspectives of the craters. Want to see the national bird of El Salvador, the moth?
Parque Nacional El Boqueron. It's a beautiful place. So we are done with the hike. It took about less than 1 hour, but we stopped a lot along the way, and now we are ready to head back. Now we are going to head back. We will have to take 2 buses to head back to San Salvador.
Final bus ride from Parque El Boqueron to Santa Tecla.
First bus ride. About to end our El Salvador trip, so let's celebrate with some junk food. Fried chicken, but Salvadorian style, for your compass.
After spending a few wonderful weeks in El Salvador, it was time to leave the country. But we definitely want to come back in future. And while leaving, our taxi driver, our Uber driver, stopped at a place and showed us that where the Pupusa festival happens. So on the last day also, the kind Salvadorian, they just want to show what are the things they have in their country. So definitely with this kind of welcome, we want to come back again.
En nuestra experiencia de viajar en El Salvador, los salvadoreños son muy amables. Muchas gracias por todos, por una increíble hospitalidad. De corazón, queremos regresar a
De corazón, vamos a regresar a El Salvador.
algún día en el futuro. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.